morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. What's going on with my camera?
I was gonna say, did you see that? Because I can see that.
Yeah, let me see if I can fix my camera. I don't know what's going on here. Sorry, guys. Okay. There we go.
Good.
I think that's good. All right, guys. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Thanks so much for tuning into another episode of Market Check brought to you by BB, guys. Greatly appreciated as always. Now, listen, I just wanted to start the show by saying I am so happy. I have never been happier in my entire life. I mean, this is like I get to wake up every day and narrate the biggest scam in the world. And I am so thankful. I mean, some guys just have it all, you know what I mean? And like the fact that things are dumping, like stocks are green once again, and crypto is Sunday night flushing while I'm asleep. Like, I don't think I've ever been happier and more excited about my job than right now. Some people might be like, actually, Max, you're not seeing things right. This is bullshit. But nope, not me. Not me, because I am beaming, like beaming. I've never been more excited about this. Like, this is the best. This is peak for all of us. It will never get better than this. And I'm so thankful for all of the totally ethical market makers and whales and criminals in this space, because we are in good hands. And I sleep so well at night knowing that there's most likely an open interest flush coming. So anyways, I just wanted to get that out of the way and express my gratitude for all of the manipulation and participants that make flushes like this possible, because I'm so happy. I'm so happy with crypto, guys. Like, this is the best it's ever going to be. It's the best it ever will be. And I, for one, am so thankful. Like, this is amazing. And, things just look so good. They look so good. And I just cannot wait to dive into these charts and talk about all of the opportunity, just it's amazing. So Tucker, I want to ask you first. Tucker, are you as happy as I am today? Are you beaming? Is your smile contagious and radiating through any room that you walk in? Is your portfolio red as can be? Is your smile so strong that it actually makes your cheek muscles cramp?
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about it. Are you happy?
Yeah, so happy, Max. I mean, probably never been happier, honestly.
Good.
Probably never been happier. I mean, I don't know how to express. I mean, just peak euphoria all around, clearly.
Yeah. This is alt season, baby. This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
This is why we do it.
Alt season, except you're poor. That's what we're in right now.
Alt season, except you're poor. Yeah, I mean, Louis, are you happy?
I'm always happy, Tucker.
All right, good. As long as you're happy.
I don't know if I believe Louis. I feel like that was disingenuous. Like me, I'm not being sarcastic. I'm actually like ecstatic right now. I think Louis is bullshitting me, but that's just like a gut feeling. I don't know if I appreciate that, Louis. Like, is there something you want to talk about? Like, are you not just beaming at today's price action? Because I don't get it.
I like it. At least we feel something, I like to feel something. So
are you feeling poor?
Poorer than I was Friday. But no, I'd rather this, man. I'd rather rip the Band-Aid off Sunday flush. Just give it to me all at once, or don't give it to me at all. I'm greedy. No sus. Well, we got a $10 super chat, so
yeah.
What did he say? Well, thank you so much for the super chat, and thanks for being here for me. But listen, like, when you're as happy as I am, you don't need money or super chats because you're just so happy. My currency is happiness. I don't need money. I just need and like I wake up and I see this flush, and like I'm overwhelmed with the amount of joy that radiates, from, I mean, just from like every pore in my body, So, but thank you for the super chat. maybe you could super chat some happiness, because that's my new currency. It's just like I'm so optimistic and excited, and it's just the best, man. And this guy here, he's totally right, man. Like it's clearly not moving with the rest of the market. So, it's not like everything is down today, It's not like everything flushed. It's not like ETH flushed, which is the alpha, and it's not like Pepe flushed, which is the next alpha, right, in the beta train, right? And it's like clearly something is off with Andy because it's just it's not like the whole market flushed, right? So I'm very happy that you pointed that out because your comment is based off of logic. And clearly, you have a high degree of intellectual prowess and a gift for analysis, right? So I would like to thank you for pointing that out. It's amazing. It's amazing to see. Chef, good morning. We were just talking about how amazing everything is. We're talking about how happy we are and just how we're so thankful for all the crime and open interest flushes that occur in this space. And Tucker and I are just beaming, just cheek to cheek, man. Like my jaw hurts from the smiling. And I just wanted to ask you, Chef, are you so happy right now? Like, is this just like, are you just so overjoyed to be in this industry?
It's phenomenal industry. What's not to laugh about it?
It's the best.
I mean the liquidations. Are you not smiling?
And Chef, some people might say, well, stocks are green again and crypto is flushing, what is there to be happy about? But me, I'm happy, like I love that. And some people would say it's unfair, and some people would say you're being penalized for investing in this digital asset revolution, and the revolution is actually poverty. But not you, not me, not this panel, right? Like this is the best,
Your finance got revolutionized.
Yeah.
but you were the revolutionized man. Defenestrated.
Well, at least we get rewarded for being early,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, are you feeling rewarded, Anon? Are you feeling the rewards of being early?
Now, once again, I as I said before, like this isn't an enjoyable time, but I do think that as with any major adoption within the past, it's gonna play out, and in hindsight it will be beautiful, and those who are able to stomach the pain as of now will be rewarded. And it's never been easy in the past. I actually think it's not that bad, looking historically, because when I look at many stocks over there, people had to wait like 10 20 years sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean I understand it's really, no matter what anyone tells you, this crab range that we have in this space isn't enjoyable to anyone, no matter what they tell you. Lots of people obviously will act differently because it's beautiful on the outside. You know how social media works, right? Like people pretend, but from a historic context, again, it's not that long. Like that's year and a half, and I understand for lots of crypto degens that can be lots of time, but historically looking back onto markets, that's not that too much of a time. And I do believe, I'm very confident about this, is that it is obviously it's not going to be with everything within the blockchain space, but there's going to be assets that will be very rewarding for years to come. So yeah, you just gotta stomach that. There is no sugarcoating it. But yeah, hopefully at least my warnings helped some of you guys again for this flush. I always say that I just speak what I see in the chart, even if I don't like it, and so it is what it is. It's all we can do. We are not market makers to control the outcome of the market. All we can do is position to what we are seeing. So
Yep.
Yep.
Don't love the look. Don't love the look of it right here, man. I think for ETH, this pretty much needs to be it. I really was hoping that 42s would hold it, but
I don't think this is it, by the way.
I know. I'm saying if we're gonna go higher, this needs to be it. Right? We need to suck.
But from like a mid to higher time frame perspective, there are people who are like saying that it is over with ETH at 4.2k, right?
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean it cannot dip to like 3.9, 3.8. But I think these are very decent signs. And actually something I spoken about. It's just mirroring 2020 so much, having lived through it. I was there, Gandalf, 3,000 years ago.
Yeah,
I mean, lower time frame, I could see it. But we're definitely coming into some higher time frame levels, I think, that should be holding. Like I don't want to see Bitcoin below like 110.
I don't think that's a problem. I'm not saying I want to sit down there, but I'm saying it's not a problem.
110. I just think you can't really. I mean, I think you lose these lows right here. You're gonna 98. I would bet there's a big gap in volume, honestly. Yeah.
I don't think you should be returning to those lows, but that's just me.
I think you can move down a little bit more. Like I'd be a little surprised personally if this was the low, mainly because if you look at the Tether dominance chart, we were talking about this last week. This chart trades like the biggest scam in the world, but if you study it closely enough, you will become one with the scam. They left some equal highs at like, you zoom in a little more, Tucker. Maybe we could visit like the 6 hour or something like that.
You need to do intraday hours, so like 12-hour will work. I do not know why TradingView does it, but it's slightly different when you look at daily versus 12-hour.
It's a scam.
Yeah, so draw a line across those highs. They left those damn equal highs.
Yeah.
And I was expressing to our community for weeks, I'm like, this looks like they're trying to break it down, but I don't trust it because they left those highs and they never ever leave those highs. Like look at see the June spike that we had right there. Draw a horizontal line, Tucker, from like that point of origin sell-off to the left right there, like up top. Right there. Draw a horizontal line from the wick, even, like be more specific. Yeah, they never leave behind a high on this chart. And obviously for those that are new, don't understand what they're looking at, this chart has a perfect negative correlation with crypto. This chart moves up, crypto moves down. This chart moves down, crypto moves up. They never leave behind a wick. They never make it that easy. So I was expressing to our community, like, I like how this chart looks as of last week, but I'm just back of mind still a little nervous about those highs. So when Jackus says, I don't think this is it, I assume maybe, Jackus, you're looking at this as well as another piece of confluence, but I don't think we can bottom before they take those highs out at this point. So we don't have that much further to go, but I'd be pretty shocked if they didn't take out those highs.
Yeah, that was my longer term outlook, that we do need to come above those, and actually even sort of before that we need to touch 4.7. And yeah, as you said, Max, yeah, it's not that you like it, but you have to go with the scam.
You have to go with the scam.
Yeah.
But I'm just so happy, Like I'm happy to go with the scale. Like it's amazing. You know what I mean? It's the
Yeah,
best.
I feel you.
So
But
happy.
there's unfortunately nothing you can do about it.
Why would I want to do anything about it? I've never like this is the best day ever, man. Like I like when I'm asleep and then they nuke the market on a Sunday night when I'm asleep, and then I get to wake up to stocks green and then my bag's cooked again. It's the best, you know. You want to know why it's the best is because it keeps me grounded, you know, like most people want to get rich and that will cause them to be arrogant, but like I don't have an option but to remain humble because my market doesn't move with global markets. It just scams when Asian whales decide that it's time to flush. So I'm thankful. I feel like today is Thanksgiving with how much gratitude that I'm expressing right now. Like bring out the turkey and the stuffing. This is the best. Go around the table, everyone say what you're thankful for. You know, like this is the best. Today feels like a holiday.
I am surprised that we didn't get more of a flush out of equities from what we saw overnight.
No flush at all, bro.
So
Light.
far.
So far. Yeah, I guess.
Jack is easy, does it?
Usually when you see that like Sunday or that weekend kind of sell off or that Sunday sell off, usually that's crypto front running an equity sell off. I mean, we saw a slight sell off in the morning. That got completely bought back up already. I was expecting a little more kind of sell off for equities. I mean, obviously some crypto stocks, we've seen that. You know, using that, I did buy a little more MicroStrategy call options here this morning. Using this pullback to my advantage here. But yeah, I thought we were going to get a little more of a sell-off out of equities. So just another isolated crypto scam event.
Louis, you don't sound grateful. It's bugging me. You don't sound very grateful.
I want harder battles, Max.
Rubbing me the wrong way. Your lack of gratitude this morning for this amazing price action.
Louis, did you even say thank you?
Yeah, it's a great question, Tucker.
Some people would say I'm Indian whale.
I've seen Jack. He is Indian whale.
Yeah.
He is Indian whale.
Yeah.
Here we go again.
It's not my fault Jack doesn't want to be honest about his ethnicity. So
You bought some call options here, Louis?
Yeah, I bought some last week before the rate decision. Then we got a nice little pop. It was a nice little bottom tick. And then now we kind of retrace a little bit of that move. I could show you how I'm looking at it here.
Yeah.
Am I up here?
There you go.
Yeah. This is kind of how I'm looking at it. You know, we're coming into some nice horizontal support here. You got rising demand, you know, nice confluence spot here. This has been a pretty much methodical, slow bleed, really getting slow here. That's why I took the original call options last week. Saw a little bounce, kind of getting a little retrace here, using that as an opportunity to kind of build that call option position. But yeah, I'm in December 420s for MicroStrategy. I think I still think we're going to see a big move out of Bitcoin once this is over with. That's, you know, I'm just looking at this as kind of like a shakeout, like Jack has been saying, pre-bull market shakeout. So, sir, locally, maybe we could take some stabs lower on the local time frames, higher time frame. I really don't think we should be coming much lower. If we do, it's got to be quick. So I'm just, you know, using this as an opportunity to build on more of this position, because last week I did take, you know, we've been killing the stock plays in the Discord. So I took last week's pumps post FOMC to take some profits on stocks. So I'm glad I did that. And I'm going to be putting a lot of that to work today and over the next couple of days. But I was expecting a little more of a pullback on equities, and we're not seeing it. So we'll see if that comes. So I'm not going to blow it all in one day here, but I am looking to put more money to work into stocks
Well,
Specifically,
Louis, you really think we front ran equities?
Usually we do, right? I'm not saying we have to. Like we totally doesn't have to be that way. But usually when you see a Sunday nuke like that, we wake up, market opens, the stock market dumps. We get our second, we get our double fuck. We get the Sunday nuke, and then we get the Monday morning nuke. Usually when the stock market dumps, then usually that's kind of where we see a bottom, or at least a local bottom. This time around, we didn't see that follow through on the equities, right? So something I'm going to monitor. So it definitely doesn't have to happen, right? Definitely doesn't have to happen. Yeah.
Well, usually what I think how it goes is like we'll see like equities nuke and crypto not move, and then I get optimistic. I'm like, wow, crypto is really holding up well here. And then the weekend comes and it's completely over, right? So usually I see it the other way around, but like I'm just saying, I don't know if we need or if we are gonna get equities without some catalyst to sell here. Because like, why did crypto sell last night? Like, there's no, there was really no
inherent reason.
Yeah. So I don't know if we have to see equities.
Yeah, no, we definitely don't have to. I was just kind of expecting for it.
Yeah.
But we're not seeing it. So if anything, that's good, right? I think that's a good sign.
Yeah.
That it could just be, isolated, froth, wipeout, all, liquidations across the board. Jackus, I think, was saying in this morning's call, one of the largest liquidations we've seen in a while. And that makes sense if we are going to be entering a big run here for Bitcoin, ETH, and altcoins, the last shakeout. I think it kind of, I know we've talked about that in the past, and joked about it, but I really do think this kind of does have to be that, if it's not, things start to get a little dicey, in my opinion, right? Like,
can you open up like 15-minute time frame on this BTC USDT on Binance?
Sure.
And I don't like lower time frame, but like all those lows, they look.
Oh yeah, everyone who tried a long
Max used the line. Gotta go one with the scam.
You have to be one with the scam to succeed, without question.
Locally, I could totally see it, lower time frame. I'm just saying higher. We can't really be having daily closes on Bitcoin below 110. I don't think. Then we start to get things start to get a little dicey and a little questionable. But looking at here, a little higher time frame, but still low time frame. Like looking at the 2 hour here. We put in this nice little bottoming structure, broke out of it, deviated this high here, got back below. We've now backfilled all the liquidity here. Maybe have a tiny bit more here, not much. But I think, like, I really don't think we should be seeing Bitcoin coming below here. Like, if we start coming back to these lows, I mean, I guess you could double bottom, right? I don't know. Things are going to look a little more dicey if you start coming down here like this. Acceptable, right? Makes sense. Flush all these, these stack lows, coming back, kind of flipping this structure into support, which we never really did. Big flush, late longers get wrecked, shorts get wrecked, longs get wrecked, and then we go on our merry way. That makes a lot of sense. Something that we knew was a possibility. It wasn't my base case. I'm not going to say that because it wasn't. I thought we were going to bull chop here. But it's something that we knew that was always on the table, right? So we kind of, did a lot of back testing, backfilling here. Again, locally, sure, we could see something like this. We could see some local scammery here for like the overnight, early morning longers trying to bottom ticket, right? But I really wouldn't, again, 110, kind of my area. Like, I really don't want to see Bitcoin below like here, or at least for, a daily close. I think then it starts to get really dicey. Because, looking back at the daily time frame here, daily closes, although we've done it here, right? but daily closes in this area puts us at risk of re-entering kind of this range, right? And we don't want this to be a massive deviation, right? So I guess technically, there could be a scenario where they 3 drive it, really, really, really push things as far as they can to get a big, big move and then reverse. But again, if they do bring it down here, it's got to be pretty quick. I don't think we can spend a lot of time in this area without being at risk of coming back into our range. So I think either we're going to hold here. Locally, we could see some scammery, but we'll have to see. At this point, we kind of let the dust settle here. I wouldn't be trying to catch falling knives here, but this could be a nice area for a higher low. Getting back above these highs, bang, reclaim, flip it into support.
Louis, what happens if we lose the blue box?
We're in danger.
The danger zone.
Look at me, Skylar. I'm not in danger. I am the danger.
I am the one who knocks.
Yeah, I think we're definitely in danger if we're starting to close Bitcoin candles, daily candles down in here, right? Again, unless it's like a really quick wick down, bang. We start seeing multiple daily closes down sub 110. Things are getting really dicey. But I mean, they've been pushing it as far as they can almost every single time, right? On these kind of consolidations, pauses, right? Like bang, 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 and then you get the V reversal. So maybe we are, waiting for that third drive. Bitcoin loves a 3 drive. But I thought we were kind of past doing all that, but I guess not. I guess the market makers still have one last trick up their sleeve here. But the timing of it makes sense, right? The last shakeout. But again, it kind of has to be that.
One last sweep of the lows.
Yeah, I guess so.
I love it when Diesel always said that one last ride, and then there's always another ride.
I mean, ETH on the weekly time frame here though doesn't look bad at all. Doesn't look bad at all on the weekly here.
Looks good, honestly.
Yeah. Just ping ponging in between all-time high and this range highs, right? That have flipping into support. So again, similar to Bitcoin, we could stab below here, right? On like a local, lower time frame wick of some sort. But you start seeing daily closes sub 4K. Again, things get dicey. Now you're back inside the range. You're at risk of deviation and heading back here. So we kind of need to see ETH reverse out of here, which it totally can, right? Weekly time frame looks totally clean. Banging its head on all-time high resistance it hasn't seen in 4 years. Seeing a slight rejection on a first attempt in 4 years makes a lot of sense. And we're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. We got clear support below, clear resistance above, chopping, ranging, everyone getting chopped to bits in this area, and a lot of people getting scammed out of their altcoins in this area, like before a big move, right? So I get the concept. I understand this was a possibility and how this is happening. But we shouldn't see much more, right? We shouldn't see much more, or else this is, in my opinion, more than just a pre-bull market shakeout.
What is that level on ETH right there? Like, what's the bottom of that box?
Like 3,900.
Yeah.
Which is where I think Jack is targeting as well. So
yeah.
Sorry, which one?
3,900 for ETH.
Yeah, I'm generally like back in March and April. I'm generally targeting sort of like panic liquidations, or mental capitulation sub 4K. That because I'm used that higher time frame levels can often get front run a bit, so it's not like I'm specifically looking for like 3,764.30 cents, right? It's generally it's more about the psychology behind it. where people will look at this from a daily perspective. They'll be like, yeah, that's distribution, and I think we need to drop and trade down below that low for some time, and then that's what will cause people to mentally capitulate again, and then that's the pre-bull market shakeout, and then you run, and then you have no stops. I think no pullbacks after.
Yeah. So I guess I was one move before. I was one move early, I guess, before that mentality.
One move early.
I think you've compared it to this move on Bitcoin too, Jackus.
I compared it. To me, the most resemblance of this, not like the whole structure that we have since 2021, but yeah, this one with 2020. And again, I lived through it. Again, I was there, Gandalf, 3,000 years ago. Actually, it was just 5, but anyways, it was 3,000. But again, it was the same. People bulled up. New bull market starting, then COVID comes in, everyone sells the bottom, is bearish because they sold and they need the prices to go back down. It rallies to 12K. That's where people give up and buy back in. It does that little topping formation, that little distribution. It sells off. People absolutely give up, and then it runs. So in that sort of, and it was exhausting all the way up until this point. Back then, and now it's the same, and it's even more depressing time-wise. It's even more extended to the right side. So, but mentally, psychologically wise, cycle-wise, it's the same. And it also, again, everyone's like very confused because everyone's look at it from the 4-year cycle perspective and is like, yeah, I should be selling next month. And then, it's like, but what if the Bitcoin top is in right here? And it's like, what if this is the distribution? And it's everyone's so confused. And that's the environment the market makers created to a big degree as well here. But if you're gonna zoom out and don't really look at it from the 4-year cycle perspective, but more like from an adoption perspective, then it kind of becomes, in my opinion, more clear, and you do not have to stress these little moves. And I know that they can be big to some, but you get me.
I remember this. This was a sentiment killer. I remember that because I was here as well. Like everyone thought we were ready to go. Everything looked beautiful, and then bang, 2 big days, 2 big sell-off days. But we kind of stopped on a dime here. And then
2 days is all it took, if you think about it. 2 days.
Yep. Yeah.
There was no follow through after.
Nope.
2 days. I mean, it's crazy. Like I sort of get to appreciate that. Like 2 days can change everything. Or even 1 day during COVID, like that 1 day sell-off.
Yeah.
Imagine if there was not that final COVID sell-off day. Right, it would be like, yeah, that was a bull market, head and shoulders, inverted head and shoulders retest, back to new highs. No, COVID, boom, and that totally kills everyone.
Remember, I was buying Bitcoin on this. That was fun. But yeah, I mean, I'd rather. I said in the beginning of the show, I'd rather just give me the rip the Band-Aid off move, right? Like, just give me the big move down, quick. Just I'll take that all day versus a slow bleed. So, although it's annoying, frustrating, I do tend to get excited. And this is kind of how just my mentality works now, being in these markets for so long. I do tend to get excited on these big moves down, right? Because it tells me, 1, volatility is returning, and 2, especially with context of everything we're seeing, in the markets globally here. When you start to see big moves down like this out of nowhere, kind of is signaling that something is brewing here, right? But again, it does, like I mentioned on ETH and Bitcoin, again, we can come a little lower, but it does need to stop on a dime, right? So maybe tomorrow we see a little more to the downside, or maybe it's over. I don't know, but these big moves down do need to kind of stop on a dime and head the other way, right? Or at least pause. Because if you see a big move down and then you see like lackluster and not able to turn around, you are at risk of lower prices. And I would have to say, as far as sentiment, like I feel like there is a certain point where like they can't keep shaking people out because then who's going to be left to buy? You know what I mean? Like who is going to be? I mean, obviously big money and institutions, right? But there has to be a certain point where the market maker games, the shakeouts come to an end. Eventually, like there's going to be no one left. Everyone's going to be gone. So
I think no one is left.
yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So hopefully we have to just pray and hope that there's someone there to pick up the pieces. You know.
I really think most people, like from a retail perspective and even like small fund perspective or anything, are just gone, liquidated, and the rest that are still here have like so little money that it doesn't matter. So yeah, I think these are the perfect times for the market to finally start running, or sort of continue, like not just ETH, of course, and but a little bit more patience still.
Yeah. I'm sure we're going to start to see Head and Shoulders top callers here. I'm already seeing it on Bitcoin.
Could you look at Doge, Louis?
I haven't looked at it yet today. Let's see.
I wonder what equal lows he's talking about. I'm thinking there's some at 18.8 if you see those, Louis.
Okay, hold on. 18.8.
Right there.
Equal lows. Guess I'd have to drop it down.
Yeah.
Lower.
Right there.
That.
That's pretty low, but
I mean, anything's possible, right? If we get another deep plunge out of Bitcoin and ETH, I'm sure it's on the table, but I don't see it coming that low.
My only concern with Doge, and I think most of it's already done, is I was talking about this with our community. So you guys probably already heard me rant about it. If you look up when the Doge ETF started trading, Doge, D-O-J-E.
You want to pull up the ticker?
Yeah, you could pull it up. It could be a fun little example here. It's D-O-J-E is the ticker for the Doge ETF. I said to our community, just the top one, I said to our community, look at the chart when Bitcoin's ETF started trading and ETH ETF started trading. They both flushed, 20% from the opening tick before big reversals. So I was saying to them, like, look, it might be one of those things where like you get frothy and sort of pump into the actual IPO. Then you flush everybody out, minus 15, minus 25%, whatever, somewhere in there. And then ultimately you'll see the thing reverse pretty quickly, just like Bitcoin and ETH did ultimately. So I don't think this is the top at all for Doge. It's just like, this is what we've seen for the Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF. So the two examples that we have, we saw the exact same thing, right?
I think it sort of like retests 20, and then I think it's uptime, maybe.
Yeah, I don't see 18, but I could see 20. Yeah, I could see like in this red zone here.
20, yeah, 20.
Yeah, I could see the red zone. If we don't hold here, right? Because technically we're at support, right?
I don't think we hold here.
But if we don't hold here and we take another plunge, yeah, I can see that. Run this, and then you go, and then this is just pre-parabolic bull chop,
Doge will trade at $1 this cycle before it's over.
I agree.
It will be obvious in hindsight. He'll just fuck it up in the middle.
Yeah, I think 20 is fine for Doge. I don't think you need to go get 18, honestly, but I don't know. Let's look at Pepe.
I mean, I think I could see 18. I'll not lie. I think the way to go about it, if you want to play Doge, is to maybe not bid it like on the straight, or like DCA in, right? Like have layered bids, and then if you see price absorption around 20, you kind of want to bid that with the rest.
Yeah.
I really don't think this is more than just like a big shakeout before we move higher. It's an annoying stair step, right? But this is also one of the larger liquidations that we've had as of recently. And things are just chop solidating. Equities look good. We're waiting on the Russell to really blast into price discovery. Something I was looking at this morning was actually the Bitcoin NASDAQ pair chart, which is basically retesting the previous cycle all-time high. So
What do you guys make of the fact that this was the largest liquidation even on Ether, while we haven't really moved down much, and it's been the largest one since 2021 May crash?
I think that's really bullish to see price holding up the way it is with a complete open interest reset. Should be interpreted only as bullish, I think.
But do you think there were truly that many liquidations? Like, do you think that everyone is so aped that, like, what I'm finding crazy is that there were so many liquidations. I'm like, was it washed up? Because it seems crazy that the move wasn't anything on ETH. It wasn't anything like what we saw in April or August 2024, right? Or 2022 bear market. So I'm like, how was this the biggest liquidation even since May 2021?
I think it's the time we spent in here, to be honest.
But it wasn't that big. Like if you're gonna compare it to again April or even August 24 or many other cases, I think those drops were a lot more brutal to have much higher liquidations than the current one. And I'm like, were really people betting on like perma upside and over leveraged? Was it some hedges, or was it what was it? I do not know.
And I don't know if we did it on all the charts, but we even ran this low here.
We haven't on lots of exchanges.
Yeah, so we might have to come back down. Yeah, I think a lot of it was all this time we spent here. I feel like a lot of positions build up there. I think there's a lot of positions built up from kind of for this move. I don't know. There's a lot of big money chasing ETH, right? If people see big money buying ETH, they think it's like a free long, right? In a sense, right? So, yeah, price goes up, people want to chase it. Late longers get wrecked as per usual. But also, I guess early altcoin buyers continue to get wrecked regardless whether they're early or not. So, yeah, I think it's just more or less the time built up here, which is what caused it. But yeah, who knows? There could be some shenanigans going on.
What do you make of Sol here, Louis?
Let's take a look. I haven't looked at it yet today. Let's go to 3-day. This looks like a pullback in an uptrend to me. Yeah. Like we didn't take these highs, right? If we took these highs first and then we're doing this, I'd be a lot more concerned. But we didn't take any external liquidity. Been a nice, decently steep uptrend since we kind of get it back above these highs. Just looks like a pullback in an uptrend to me. I guess this is always on the table, coming back to here first. But I also wouldn't be surprised if this was just a pullback and then we continue to press these highs. But what they do in the interim Is anyone's guess, you know?
I mean, Sol is still very clearly stair-stepping higher, right?
Yeah.
And the
I
problem
guess-
with the more recent move is that to really invalidate this structure, you need like sub 200, honestly. Like you'd need to probably break that 200 level and just like bounce up into a shoulder.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're still very clearly like grinding higher. It kind of reminds me of the BNB structure that we saw earlier this cycle.
Yeah.
Where it's like a really choppy, volatile parabola, and then finally they broke it out. Which,
Yeah.
by the way, how have we not talked about BNB being over 1,000? Like, no one seems to be caring at all.
I was the only one mentioning it all the time.
Everyone besides Jackus, nobody cared. Like BNB was
let's
fully
hope for
breaking
the-
out, and I didn't hear a word about it, which is wild.
But I get it from like, you know, US customer perspective, because you cannot use Binance, and in that sense you have like zero connection to it. You don't trade there. You do not, you know, why would you hold BNB, right?
Yeah.
It's different for European, or, you know, if you're from Asia or so.
Yeah.
Does BNB tend to run first or last?
I don't know.
The connection's broken, Louis. Like it doesn't work as it used to.
Well, yeah. Yeah, BNB was pumped in January, February of 21, so I guess it was an earlier pump, but I guess I hit my target. I had a target here. So remember, we kept talking about this structure. I felt like feels like ages ago. But I did like it. I thought it looked bullish. Obviously, I didn't buy any of it, but it's like target hit. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it cools down a bit, but it's a strong weekly candle close last week for BNB. I wonder where all this capital is going to go. Aster.
Aster is an interesting one. I was watching it from the sidelines.
Same.
I feel like it got to a point where it just became a little more crowded than I would have liked. I think if this thing dips 50%, you shove it.
Yeah, I agree.
So I kind of like $1. I think roughly from $1 is like a 50% pullback. And you just kind of make the assumption that like it's going to be here to stay and they're going to climb it higher. But I like $1, maybe just under. Needs to cool down a bit, right?
Yeah. There were way too many posts about Aster over the weekend.
There was a lot, for sure.
Everyone bought early, you know.
What do you guys make of the fact that you can now 300x long and short hype on Aster?
No, I thought it was 5x.
No, it's 300.
300.
That's a fuck you from Hyperliquid.
Yeah.
I thought I saw 5x. I don't know about 300. Let me check that.
No, you can do that. That's
It's 300.
That's done deal.
No, it's 3.
No, it's 300.
It's 300.
I can't tell you guys being sarcastic. I'm looking at it. It's
No,
3x.
it's literally 300. Like I saw the
300.
announcement this morning.
Yeah.
You can
It's not
let's
updated.
open up the DEX and you know, find hype USDT on perpetuals.
Oh, you're
and
saying
300.
hype on Aster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was talking Aster on hype.
Mm-mm.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because they listed Aster
that.
yesterday, but it only at a respectable 3x. And Binance goes 300. Jesus, man, they're criminals. They are the.
That almost just feels like they're trying to create chaos for hype.
Honestly, I'm not sure where I stand. Like I had a short on hype, like on the exchange, on the Hyperliquid, with a TP on ETH on 3,950, and people got filled on that long at 3,950, and I didn't get triggered, and I had to take take profit market order, not a limit. I had specifically a market order, And so I'm pretty annoyed with Hyperliquid, honestly. So I'm not sure who's scamming here.
Well, on those big
I feel like being
not all-
scammed by Hyperliquid, if I'm being honest.
I feel like not all bids get filled on those quick moves.
Yeah, but how does someone get filled on a long at 3,950 when his order was, by the way, placed later than mine, and I don't get filled at literally the same price? We were discussing it earlier this morning in Discord. Welcome to decentralization.
Unless there were more short TPs at your level, right? I guess that would have to be the only way.
Well, the price sliced through, and it's a take profit market order. It's not a limit. So when it gets hit, it needs to get, even if it like fills me at 4K and not 3,950, it still needs to get triggered, and it didn't. So I call a scam from Hyperliquid.
So you think Hyperliquid's doing the scam?
I do not know. I'm just saying my experience.
It's my truth.
My truth.
Like that's what happened to me, you know.
Okay, not to totally end this conversation, but someone says in all caps gold is ripping. Have we looked at gold?
Not yet. Let's see.
Silver looks to be ripping.
Yeah.
So stocks moving higher, gold moving higher, silver moving higher, crypto nuking.
Mm-hmm.
You chose the wrong asset class, Anon. You should have just bought the Mag 7 stocks and had a little bit of exposure to commodities. But instead, you bought animal coins. And when I say you, I mean me. And when I say me, what I meant to say was I'm so happy. That's what I meant to say.
Stocks go up, crypto goes down. But what if stocks goes down? Well, crypto goes down as well too.
Well, I mean, you're right to note that. I mean, it's like
have those 2 days marks when they pump it to like Valhalla, right? And then it's 2 days up,
yeah,
300 days down.
Even more. Yeah, like 2 hours up, 700 days of chopping down, you know. That's it.
Yeah, crypto, like looking at the timing of this, which I think Jack has just said this, and I agree. He thinks probably local top around 3,800 something for gold. Gold finally paused here, April, May, and that's finally when we saw the bottom, at least for ETH and Bitcoin, you know, and a lot of altcoins. So pretty much it looks as if we have to wait for gold to pause this rally. At least that's what we saw here, right? We saw a final consolidation pause, crypto bottomed in the same time period.
Bitcoin below there.
Yeah. Let's do it this way.
Yeah, then they move together.
Oh, this is 24. I'm sorry. That's not correct. I thought this was 2025. So they actually paused at the same time. They broke out. Let's see, gold broke out. Yeah, so Bitcoin actually led gold when it left. They paused at the same time. Gold led the rally coming out of the consolidation. So it kind of goes back and forth, it looks like. Gold kind of led, then Bitcoin followed. Interesting. So it kind of can go either way, I guess. I thought this was 2025, so I take back what I said. But no, that's not true because did the same thing, right? Bitcoin pause, April, May, literally the same thing a year later, right? Paused in April, May, and this is where crypto bottomed when gold paused. So I guess it's still accurate. So like maybe we are here, somewhere in here, before Bitcoin playing catch up. I mean, Bitcoin plays catch up to gold. It does. So seeing gold higher, I guess during it, not as fun, but looking down the road, I think it is a good sign for Bitcoin. So, but we just got to get there. Got to survive.
Silver looks so good, man. Wow.
Silver miners was a big play for me.
Wait, GME giga ripping. Is that true?
Yes, GME is up. It's only up 3.5%, 4%.
Are they going to
This is
scam that thing again or no?
I think
I'm not
so.
sure I would call this giga ripping, but
No,
okay.
it's not giga ripping. It's definitely not giga ripping. I guess compared to crypto.
I suppose the bar was set really low.
Yeah, the bar is really low. But yeah, I like Jimmy. This is another stock play we've been in. Really like this reaccumulation at the lows for a couple months. They had a pretty positive earnings call beginning of September, and it's pretty much just been squeezing higher ever since. But yeah, I think they're going to scam this thing higher. I think they're going to scam this higher. So I hold some GME stock here.
Yeah, interesting. I just don't know if I'm a bit torn on GME, and the reason is what is really going to squeeze it again? I feel like everyone's just chasing that epic 2021 squeeze again, but I feel like the reason it works so well is because they caught, a multi-billion-dollar fund offsides with their pants down,
No, they're still short. The stock is still heavily shorted by hedge funds.
Yeah, but now they're prepared to be attacked. They weren't prepared.
Plus, there is a halting of the price if it starts to go up too quickly.
Correct. And we know that Robinhood will crime it if they need to.
Yeah.
So I think they've actually also been buying the stock as well, though. I think like Steve Cohen, I follow this one guy who just strictly talks about GME stock, but apparently Steve Cohen's been building positions.
Charles Schwab's been accumulating GME.
Yeah, there's a lot of big institutions that have been buying it. The difference this go around is that they have $8 billion worth of cash on the balance sheet now, creating new revenue streams. Like they're getting into the NFT space, like digital cards, and they're also investing, right? So they did buy Bitcoin.
It's all a scam.
Yeah, they bought Bitcoin, and I think they're planning on spending more of that cash investing in assets that they deem like with good risk reward. So I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to buy crypto. I don't know if it's just Bitcoin or maybe they buy ETH or something like that. But they're going to do something with all that cash. So
did
the difference
they buy
is time.
Bitcoin, or did I make that up?
They did buy Bitcoin.
They did.
Bitcoin.
Okay.
Yeah, lower than where it is now. But and they're saying they're going to buy more stuff, and they were questioned, "Oh, you're going to follow MicroStrategy's kind of roadmap?" And they said, "No, we're going to do our roadmap and buy assets that we deem fit." So they didn't strictly say Bitcoin, right? So I think this could be another crypto quasi-related stock that you could get exposure to that's low, that could end up acting as another one of those like treasury funds of some sort. But they're definitely getting involved in crypto. So, and they have tons of cash. They got $8 billion in cash in the balance sheet. So that's the difference this go around. So, and they're also rewarding stock owners with warrants. They announced that on the earnings call as well. So, not a dividend, but a warrant. I still want to. I think Prometheus tried to explain that to me. I guess it's more of like an option of some sort. I don't know.
Would be
So
nice
doing
if
all the
someone
right
could
things.
reward the crypto holders too.
Yeah, so they're doing all the right things. And I do like the chart. It does look prime for higher. So yeah, it's what I'm holding. I like it. But yeah, green today.
Mm-hmm.
Can you put on the silver monthly chart?
Oh yeah, that's actually. Let's see it.
Let me just enjoy it as my bags are pumping.
Wow.
Yep.
Dude, silver looks like it's gonna go 3 digits. That thing, that thing looks unbelievable.
Yes.
Yeah, I sold all my silver miners last week, but maybe a little earlier on that. I mean, you'd have to expect some resistance here.
You came to buy and get rich of crypto coins, and you ended up on silver.
Yeah. So it was a bull
And
market.
they are like, silver USDT. Do I buy it on Aster or Hyperliquid? Where do I 50x this on my DEX?
Yeah, this is the silver miners that I got into. I'm probably gonna regret selling this as usual. What I sell keeps ripping. What I don't sell reverses, right? But
Louis, just tell me whenever you sell a position that you're bored in, please. Okay.
yeah.
Send me a
Well, I had
text.
this was a good position. I got a nice win for silver miners here. But yeah, well, if silver keeps going, this is going to go into price discovery. So there's that.
Yeah, interesting.
It's a good coin stock.
Do you know why, Manish? Because you haven't sold it. Once you sell,
Yeah,
he sold.
That's a great point. Let's see.
or he's still holding. We cannot wait any longer.
Bump it.
Bump it.
But that's only for the diamond handlers, and you will tell yourself that this time you will hold long enough, but it's exactly that moment when you can't take it anymore and you will actually press the button and get out of it, get rid of it, and that's the moment it will happen. Not when you think you'll say like, no, this time, you think you got me, but I'll continue to hold. And then you'll do that one more time, 2 more times, 3 more times. And then it'll be like, all right, this time's different. I'm dumping it. And then boom.
Is that where we're at right now, Jackus?
Nearly. You're like, they're not going to get me this time. But there is still that period where like, fuck it. And that hasn't came in.
Coin looks kind of good here.
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
Coin looks ready for another leg. Maybe they.
What if stocks and commodities just start ripping for like 5 years and crypto goes to zero? All of it, the whole thing.
I don't like this what if.
Yeah, I don't either.
You need to try being happier. That might help you. I'm happy.
Take it back. Boo, take it back. I'm getting heated. Freaking take it back.
Does Tommy get his event, or
Is this an event? This could be an event. I mean, there was no event, but it seems like we had an event, but genuinely nothing happened. Everything looks perfectly fine.
yeah?
No news, no nothing. Just how about we make everyone in crypto suffer? And they're like, yeah, fuck those guys.
Yeah, fuck.
Fuck those apes. You know they're addicted. They'll come back with the next paycheck. and they'll try that new 300x leverage short on hype. They're gonna do it.
Yeah.
There it is, Louis. We love it.
Study the parabola.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm wondering who like made the decision to list some of these tokens and coins on Aster. For example, why is there like Gala, right? Like Gala.
Oh,
Gala.
from 2021 Jackets. Yeah.
Gala Games.
Yeah, but like I don't know. You could list lots of other stuff
Mhm.
that's missing, but then you have like Gala on there.
I was charting Gala back then. Look at this Premier Young Louis TA.
You know what this looks like is Lucid right now. Somebody told us to look at it earlier, and I've had it pulled up on my other chart for like 30 minutes. And it actually looks identical to no. It's a stock. Yeah. Another classic. Lucid USD. Doesn't that look the same?
Kind of.
Oof.
Yeah, it kind of does.
What is this?
That's
the
the
EV.
EV?
Now go back to Gala and then go back to Lucid. And then go back. I mean, it's the same chart.
Yeah, doesn't look
Should be
good.
full port Lucid right now.
This is Will's buy zone. I mean, you're probably right. I bet Will is buying down here. Will's gonna end up being like a top holder of Lucid.
Yeah.
Will loves a chart that looks like this. Like you find a chart that looks like this that's just completely floored out. Will is buying it 9 times out of 10.
I mean, Bitcoin miners still look really good. Everything still looks great. It was just right now. It seems like that was an isolated crypto scam. Which I mean, I guess if everything else looks good, either A, that's it's that shakeout we were talking about, or B, everything's going to nuke in the next 24 to 48 hours. One of the other.
Good,
There's
very
no
good.
in between.
It's like good.
Good. It's very good news.
Jackus, what do you make of the Bitcoin miners and them starting to move?
Well, I think Bitcoin is going to break out of the low volatility to the upside, and miners are reflecting that.
Yeah, I would agree.
But
I think this
obviously,
is-
like we have to discuss here the time frames. Of course, of course, that's not going to happen. Like I'm not saying BTC breaks to new all-time highs tomorrow, right? But I do think that in Q4 you'll see new all-time highs.
Yeah, I agree. I still think there's a big move for Bitcoin. This is just another traumatizing event we got to get through. Starting to look more and more like a bull flag up here though on the daily. We're falling
One more
away.
sweep
Really
of the
wanna
low.
call it.
One more sweep.
I mean, I still think this is a great higher low candidate area. Right?
It is.
Kind of like
No.
this. No, lower. Redrive it. This would be traumatizing. And then they'll do this. All right. If we come back to the lows of this like kind of falling structure we have here, that's putting us close to 100K. 104, 105.
I would say that psychologically wise, we are sort of like in that February strategic Bitcoin reserve pump and that first drop afterward in late February.
Here?
No, the one next to it.
This one?
Then we will never pump. You understand me?
The one in the middle of those two.
If Max has to sell in order for us to
No.
pump, then we will never pump. You haven't seen my hands, man. Sparkly like diamonds. Not going anywhere. Insane. Insane to think that I would do that. All right, guys, I'm taking us out. That's it.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Hour 10.
We're done.
Having
Guys,
too much
thanks
fun.
so much for being here as always. Shout out to you guys for showing up on the green days and the red days and the scam days that genuinely do not make a whole lot of sense. Shout out to the crew over on Pump. We just started streaming. I think this is our 4th stream on Pump. Seems like we have a little audience growing over there. Shout out to you guys. Thanks for supporting the channel. Greatly appreciate it. Guys, before you leave, do us a solid, hit that like button and also subscribe to the channel if you guys are new here. Show some love on your way out. Check out that link that is above Louis' chart. You can see it on your screen right now, bbterminal.com, guys. We basically built out a better version of Dex Screener. It's got awesome custom indicators, scripts, tools, wallet tracking, things that you really you've seen before, but really all put together in one really awesome custom built Dex terminal and UI. We have order execution actually coming in about 2-3 weeks. So pretty excited for that, guys. But consider making the switch. Support us over here at BB. And again, there is a free membership available over there at bbterminal.com. So again, consider checking that out for free. Let us know what you think. If you want any new features that aren't on there, let us know. We can build out really anything. But yeah, we'd be honored if you guys would make the switch and chart your shit coins over on bbterminal.com. If you really want to level up your game in these markets, check out the Discord, guys, because bitcoin.com/premium. If you like Market Check, you will absolutely love the Discord, guys. We do 2 private voice calls. They're conference calls every single day, one at the New York Open and one at the New York Open, or I'm sorry, at the New York Close. We do screen sharing, chart requests, Q&A, things like that. We also have positions channels. So whenever we take new positions or want to update you guys on existing positions and charts, you will get a ping directly to your phone or email or wherever you have your Discord linked. So stay up to date with everything that is going on in these markets. Really take things to the next level. You will absolutely love the Discord, guys. So check that out, because bitcoin.com/premium. Again, all the links are down in the description of the YouTube video below. Guys, thanks so much for being here. We will see you guys Wednesday for another episode of Market Check. We don't have it tomorrow. No streams tomorrow, no public streams. If you're in the Discord, you get 2 private streams, but no public streams tomorrow. We will see you guys Wednesday for another episode of Market Check. In the meantime, everybody have a great day. Stay safe and take care.
That was lovely.
Tired of outdated trading tools, confused charts, dozens of tabs, endless stress? You're not alone. Introducing BB Terminal, your all-in-one command center for crypto trading. Track your portfolio, monitor the markets, stay ahead, all in one place. From chaos to clarity, from struggle to success. BB Terminal. Tired of outdated